Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shaeranea, right? And I'm back with another video. Hey, today we're going to talk about the Black community and, stuff that really takes place for Black people and the Black community. And, just being a voice for Black people because I am Black. And though I don't look like Black, I am full Black. Both my parents are Black. Okay? So yeah, I want to talk about what is considered is generational curses and the cycle of bullshit that we're constantly having to live through, right? Whether it's racism or the lack of a father in a home, or just the lack of guidance in general, or a product of our environment, which is not much. And I can't say all Black people are conditioned like this, but it's a larger percent of people in a bad state of environment of Black society than there is other ethnic groups. So, like I said, we are a product to our environment, and the environment in which Black people grow up in, yeah, we definitely are the reflection of what's around us. And this is why I say reflection is important, because it's why you shouldn't go around telling kids don't do certain things if you're going to be the reflection of what you say you don't do. I mean, we basically live in a society where the things around us are promoted as, good and said to be bad. And we are conditioned by it. We behave like it. We become a statistic. We become a standard. We become conditioned. We become unguided, untrained, untaught, unlearned because of ignorancy of society in itself, but also the fact that we just don't have enough guidance in our communities, and we don't talk about enough in our homes. We always have this saying, what happens in this house stays in this house, and that's the biggest saying in Black homes. And the problem with all that is, Black people since the age of time always pray over their problems, and it's great to pray about your problems. That even in a sense, even I believe in God, but even in a sense, if you're praying for your problems, you still have to work through them physically. You have to work through your problems. And talking about them is a great way therapeutically to get through things. But since in homes of Black communities and Black homes all around the world don't discuss things, and we don't lay things out on the table, we don't talk about how things make us feel and how things affected us and what things are said and how those things said made us feel, sometimes it can lead to a very traumatizing adulthood, because our childhood is more so going to affect us more than our adulthood, because the things we experience as children fuck us more than the things in our adulthood, because adulthood is just mere experience compared to childhood. When you're a child, you really don't know what to think. You really don't know how to control your brain. You really don't know how to control your heart. You really don't know anything. You're just learning everything. So for people to mess up other children's minds, condition them with, cartoons and teaching them to be something that they shouldn't be early on, or teaching them to be something that they don't even fully understand if they really understand what they want to be already. We don't come in this world knowing. By experience, we learn, and we get to know. Through experience, we learn, we know, we get the understanding, we get the things that we need in order to sustain a fulfilling life. Black people really need to take the time to really discuss things that are going on, like gang membership, and that's a big thing in our communities. Gang membership and gun violence. And I know people talk about how guns kill people. No, people kill people. And yes, there's a large amount of Black people killing each other, but there was always more white people killing black people in society than there were ever black people. Okay, I get it. You know, self-hate is a big thing in our culture, and not in our culture itself, but in us, because the world has taught many things, but it has never accepted us for who we were. It took our culture, it took our music, it took our food, it took everything but us. And we don't need to be accepted by the world. We need to learn to love and accept ourselves. So the biggest thing with my black people is that we need to learn to love and accept ourselves and stop looking for acceptance in the world. Now, yes, we do need to understand that what we're standing up for is for us, not for anybody else. We're not here to please anybody else. Yes, stand up for your rights, because you earned those rights, and our people before us that's done what they had to do earned those rights as well for you. So for you, standing your ground and standing up for what you believe is like, you gotta do that no matter what. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. Black people need to stand their ground no matter what. I don't care what they say about us. I don't care what our communities may seem like or what we may seem like. We do our best with what we have, okay? We do our best with what we have, and we don't give enough credit to our people. Yes, black people kill black people, but that's the environment in which we live, okay? Because there's so much history that has never been taught truly to us. To give us a better understanding of who we are, we never fully got to know our history. We never fully got to know ourselves. We never fully got to love each other. And in that is a form of self-hate, because everybody wants fair skin. Now, being light skinned is fine, because there's many shades of black, and nothing wrong with being fair skinned. I just want my darker skinned women, men, to know that you're loved and appreciated by me. If you're not loved and appreciated by anybody else, I hope you are loved and appreciated by yourself, because having your own self-validation is more important than finding in other people. I don't care what other people think about us, but I do believe that we deserve rights, and we need to be standing up for the things that we believe, and that we need to make sure that no matter what, that we stand together. Because the biggest thing about our people is that we're tearing each other down. We're not supporting each other. You know, one can't do better than the other. One can't rise above. And that's sad. That's really sad. And you gotta work on that. We all gotta work on that. We gotta work on ourselves to the point where those things that we grew up around, those environments, those conditions, those things we experienced in our childhoods, those things that people made us feel, bullies, laughing at our skin complexion, or how weird we may be, or our parents not fully understanding why we are the way we are, why we stay in trouble so much in school, because we don't have that person. We don't have that somebody there guiding us. You know, we have parents. Everybody has parents, but not everybody has that guidance, that person there for you, that somebody who's like giving you that feedback, that advice, that mentorship, that constant, you know, TED Talk, that constant person telling you, hey, everything is going to be all right. Don't sweat it, okay? Don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. So I want my people to understand the value of our history, because in that we have lost so much of our self-love and self-respect. And throughout living in the society, I've seen more self-hate within ourselves, especially from our black men. There's a lot of self-hate in our black men, but it's even a lot of self-hate in black women as well. Though women, we don't really hate our men. We don't hate black men. We could be a little bitter and sometimes angry. Most likely, we support, we validate, we love, we're concerned, we're considerate. We want more for them. And we just want more for our black men. We want black men to want more for us. And we want that mutual support from each other. And we want our men to rise above and be men again. So, us all not really growing up in homes of fathers, whether you are a black woman or a black man, a black boy, a black girl, no matter who you are, 70, 80 years old, 40, 50, I mean, it's a small number of black fathers and mothers living in the same home together in this time. And it's like it's worse and worse as time goes by. It's like you don't see people who have children together. And I totally get why people don't stay together. Because honestly, you guys weren't even like working on things together. You guys weren't growing together, and you saw the divide. You saw how it wouldn't really work. I mean, though you thought it out, it wasn't really realistic with yourself. Because, I'm somebody who doesn't have kids. Like, I know people change, but you should know when somebody's a good person to have a kid by. At the end of the day, I don't care what people say. Some people are just out here having kids and not really taking care of them. And that really bothers me. It bothers me. Because when you get to the point where you're having too many kids, to the point where you're living off government assistance, you want to want a better life for your kids. You want to have a better life for yourself. And that you want to think about the inner child that you used to be, and think about the lifestyle that you want your children to have, and think about what you wanted for you when you was a child, and really value those things, because we really lost a lot in our black communities. Because we really didn't have anything. So we have a lot within us, a lot of talent, a lot of beauty, a lot of love, a lot of concern, a lot of compassion. We have all that stuff, nurturance and stuff like that. We have all that. We don't have the right guidance. We don't have the right mentorship. We don't have the right people in our lives. We don't have the right people supporting us. We don't have people who really love us. We don't have people who care genuinely for us and what we do and what we love to do. And we don't have people telling us when we're doing right and wrong. We have people who ramp at us, shout at us. We have a lot of what we don't really need, okay? And we need more support. We need more people reaching out, giving love, and educating each other on how to be better. Not necessarily being judgmental. I would say constructive criticism is more likely best. You want to be open-minded to growth, right? You want to be open-minded to the things that you may be doing, stunning your growth. I believe black people, as a community, we can all grow and learn from each other. There's so much we can learn from each other. It's so many intellectual, talented black people with amazing gifts from God, okay? And God with them, because we are gods, okay? But it's amazing, talented black people in this world who goes unappreciated, unloved, uncherished, and don't really know their worth. So if you're black, know I love you, I'm concerned, I care for you, and I want you to have the best life ever. And I want our communities and our children to grow up in a home of love, even if they don't have a father. The idea of having a father in a home is super underrated, but it's overrated XD, okay? It's so overlooked, and it's just like a topic that's just like sinking to the bottom of the abyss. With everything in this world going on, it's like we're losing our men. Having to be more selective about our choices because there's not many who want to step up. Not many want to care. Not many who wants to be there. It's tough being a black woman. It's tough being a woman in society. It's tough carrying the concerns of the community of black people in mind, but on your shoulders. Because sometimes the things we need most, we don't have, you know? And it's a blessing to be alive for all who see this, who live to see this day. It's amazing to be alive. And I'm proud to be black. I'm proud. But when I see my people, our black men, being held to the ground by gunpoint to the ground, I'm hurt. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. When I see young children being kidnapped against their will, taken to places in which they don't know, taught things in which they don't fully understand, because you don't give them understanding, but you'll teach them that. See, the world will teach you many things, but won't teach you how to understand the things they teach you. It won't teach you the effects of what it may cause you. See, world's all about entertainment, and it's great. Entertainment is great for a few, because there's intellectuals beyond entertainment don't need to be entertained, can tune in and tune out as long as the information value in the conversation. Then we can tune in to what is valued. Women gone missing all around the world, sex trafficking at the highest, men dying, no reason, whether it's by the hands of themselves or the hands of the oppressor or the cop or whoever. Men taken out of our homes, put in jail for things they've never done, and put in jail for the things that they did do, because they had no guidance to know what it's like to be a man. So they've been spending their lives trying to figure it out. And no man is perfect. Not a black man, not one, not any man. But they've been spending their lives trying to figure out how to be a man and doing all these different things that they don't even fully understand. Having the genetic disposition to grow up later in life than women. It's a sad thing amongst women. It's not sad that they have to grow up late in life. It's just sad that sometimes when we should be here, we're like here. And this is why it's such a divide between men and women. Because there's so much lack of understanding between both of us. And the eyes is against our people. And no one ever think about how this is affecting our children. We're constantly creating generational cycles of messed up people. And though we're beautiful and talented and amazing things about us, we keep conditioning our people to be fucked up the way society has conditioned our subconscious, subliminally teaching us things that don't feed our fundamentals, constantly planting things inside of us that aren't true, giving us lies that everybody believe but you. It's time for our people to stand, rise, and be true to themselves. It's time for we love ourselves. Get that love for our people back. Support each other. Because there is so much love in me for all of you. And I'm ready for you to turn that love back to the world and our people.